You're listening to Last Word Radio, where you get the last word.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Running Wild Podcast. I'm your co-host, Rich. Alongside me, as always, my co-host, Runz.
Cero miedo.
Someone's been watching Lucha Underground. All right. So, before we get into all the news and predictions for Fast Lane this week, I just want to remind you guys that you are listening to us on Last Word on Sports.com radio. You can also find us under the Wrestling to the Max network, which is W2M on iTunes. You can find us on our own channel on iTunes also, just by searching for Running Wild Podcast. You can subscribe and like and comment over there. You can send us any questions, emails and such, to runningwildpodcast@gmail.com. And you can follow us on Twitter over at runningwildlws. And I think that's all the call signs. I don't know. It's getting old.
I'm sorry, I'm watching Wrestlemania 5, and there is a trailer for No Holds Barred. My goodness.
Dookie?
It is phenomenal.
Is that Dookie? I just that's my favorite line of the movie. Rip him. All right. So, I feel like it crept up on us, but Fast Lane is this Sunday.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I thought they did a good job on Raw of getting me excited for that.
I mean, did you enjoy the main event?
No, not at all. But it is what it is.
What was that?
As soon as Bray Wyatt cut the promo, I was like, why did he just mention Kane and Ryback? Oh, clearly they're going to come out and help the Big Show. It was just like, oh, well, this is an obvious setup.
I mean, yeah, I'll be honest with you. I kind of fast forwarded through the promo. I mean, I'm liking what's happening with the Wyatts. I'm just getting to the point where it feels like all the promos are kind of like repetitive, and I just don't feel like listening. I don't know. Do you remember like when maybe Raven got to a point where it's like you knew what he was going to say about the guy? Like, it wasn't going to be anything new, really?
Yeah, I mean, Bray Wyatt's been better lately. Like, I was at that same point. And then, around the Rumble again, he started kind of changing it up, and they've been a little more interesting and definitely feel a little fresher than they did, in the past.
I mean, it sounds like I'm probably going to get like crucified for saying something like this, but
if anyone listens, maybe.
I know we have hundreds
continue.
And hundreds. I don't particularly think I ever liked an Undertaker promo that much. Like, that they're not.
It's
good.
A different style.
Yeah, like
they're not the type of promo that you're gonna like quote and remember. It's kind of just you take it for what it is. You suspend your belief, and that's it.
Yeah, and I can't say that about Jake promos. I mean, I really enjoy Jake promos, but I feel like the gimmick promos like that, now I'm like, okay, like whatever. Like I'm just, I can acknowledge how good they are without feeling like I need to listen to every second of them. But,
yeah, I agree.
And then like just having, I'm still not sold on Strowman. I don't know what I want, but I don't know. He just looks so. I don't like the shirt and pants tucked into the pants.
Oh, get over that.
The tucking in is really a big problem for me, and convincing me that you're a badass. Like, I didn't understand. I remember the first time I saw Stone Cold with a fanny pack, I was just like, I don't even understand this. Like, you're supposed to be tough. You're wearing a fanny pack. Like, I am told, as like a 12-year-old or whatever, 13-year-old,
Yeah,
like,
I knew that.
I
Fanny
knew that
packs
if I
were
wore a
not
fanny
cool.
pack, I was going to get my ass kicked. Like, I had a small fanny pack that was just filled. Just hear me out before you, because I did wear them for a while, but then I was told they're not cool. So then I had one left over that I just kept, like, my Allen keys for my skates, right? And I was so, like, shamed one day because I wore it under my jersey just in case my skates broke to practice. That, like, I started carrying another bag in which I put the fanny pack with all the tools in it because I didn't want to be shamed any further. And then I turned on the TV that night, and Stone Cold's the biggest badass in the world, and he's wearing one. And I'm just like, whoa, I don't understand.
He's so badass that he can get away with wearing one,
Does
whereas you clearly cannot get away with wearing one.
A, do you think he still wears them?
No,
B, do you think
it wouldn't surprise me if he did, though.
do you think the tight jorts was his closet or straight gimmick?
No, his closet.
Third question. Does he still wear the tight jorts, or did, like, his lady friend, like, convince him to buy baggy ones?
I don't know. I
Is that
can
why
picture him
Florida?
wearing them around the BS Broken Skull Ranch.
So we have in this house, we say that he's still wearing. Actually, no. You know what? I'm gonna say that his wife was like, "Okay, Steve,
And
you gotta."
And that's why they got divorced.
Or do you think he says ridiculous things like, "If you do anything in my shorts, I want to stomp a mud hole dry in you."
Yeah. I'm gonna wear these shorts because Stone Cold says so. That's the bottom line.
You throw those out, I'm gonna open up a can of whoop ass. I really want, because I know that the Stone Cold character is really just an extension of Steve Austin. I'd really love to just see him in everyday life interactions. Did you see the? You see this?
So here, this is what I believe you're gonna say. So to talk about the podcast briefly, on the podcast, Stone Cold asked Big Show about Strowman, and Big Show said, he's improving every day, he's getting better, he works hard, and that's all you want. He's learning. So that kind of, for me, justified what I said last week, where I've heard or read that, everyone is not high on him, but they appreciate what he's doing.
All right. I mean, I think that it's for me, it's still a little bit of a work in progress. I feel like,
yeah, of course,
especially with big guys, and like Show was saying it, that some people, really wanted him to do well and succeed because of his size, like that. They saw that he could make a lot of money and everything. I've seen them try to build big guys that don't belong in the main event picture into the main event.
Yes.
Just because of their size. I'm not sure if it's because I'm tiny, but I just don't. I don't care for it. I don't care that Great Khali. Like, everyone's bigger than me. I don't care if Great Khali's that much bigger than someone.
But
and Giant Gonzalez.
in competition form, if you are that big, you should be qualified for the title. You know what I mean? Like, if you're that large, it should be hard for other people to beat you and therefore give you a path to the title. You don't have to win, but I don't mind seeing some of those guys fight for it every now and then.
Okay.
Like the Daniel Bryan stuff with Mark Henry and the Big Show, like, that stuff was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, but Mark Henry, I like. I guess I just have to see Strowman a little bit longer to before he gets my approval.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
lack of better.
But I'm just saying, in the meantime, I am a fan of his work ethic and the fact that he is getting better and improving. So it's not like I'm angry that he's getting a push. I'm okay with him getting a push because I know he's putting the work in. Like, if he wasn't putting the work in and he was getting this push, then I would be like, come on, man. Like, this is just another big guy. But if he's putting the work in and trying to get better and trying to get to the point where he's acceptable in that role, then fine. Because he's a big monster, and if he can be believable, then fine. I'm cool with that.
All right, fair. So did you like the podcast?
Yeah, I really did. I mean, Big Show was awesome. You know, and at first I was like, what the hell? Like, Austin and Big Show? And then I said, they probably know each other from WCW, or if not, probably not WCW because Big Show wasn't there. But, you know, they've been together in WWE forever, so they're probably friends. You know, all right, cool, I'll listen to it. And it was better than I expected.
No, yeah, I agree too. I mean, at the beginning, I thought it was cool when, like, they were just, like, talking about the retire chants.
Yeah.
And when Big Show was, like, straight up, like, he's like, yeah, you know, I've had more turns than NASCAR or something like that, or the Indy 500.
It made me like the Big Show.
Yeah.
Like that, and that's not that I disliked him, but it was just like, meh, he was just there. He's always just around. But now I feel like I'll be happy to see the Big Show when I see him. I won't be like, oh, the Big Show. I'll be like, oh, okay, all right, Big Show. Just because I've seen his human side.
Yeah, I mean, you know, the retired chants have annoyed me for a while, just because.
Yeah, it's messed up.
You know, one thing is, like, I was talking about this yesterday. If you say that someone sucks, it's such an absurdly, like, extreme statement that there's got to be a part of you that dislikes that person, and that's why you say it.
Kevin Owens was talking about this on the Colt Cabana. Well, Kevin Steen was talking about this when he was on the Colt Cabana podcast a while ago, and he said, like, if there's a fat guy in the front row, and you say, like, oh, shut up, fatty, then you hurt his feelings because he's fat, and that's a fact. But if you say, like, oh, you're ugly, that's a matter of opinion. So it's not so bad. The same way you're saying you suck versus retire, like, you suck is a matter of opinion. Retire is just like, yo, come on, dude, like, damn.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's just a little too real.
Yeah, so, I mean, I really enjoyed that. I wish, like, my biggest complaint, as always, is
the business.
Actually, I love the business stuff. That's my biggest complaint is actually with the way. I mean, aren't we at a point where you're not actually getting people to subscribe for, like, this? Because, like, it's after Raw, right? You know, they'll be like, oh, premiering, you know, at 11 o'clock. I just want to be like, just put it on 8 o'clock on Tuesday. I just load it up early. Like, I don't.
Yeah, there's no need for it to be.
I am off all week. Why couldn't I have watched it at 4 o'clock?
Yeah, there's no real need for it to be, like, directly after Raw. But I get that it's there if you want to watch it live while the Big Show is in the arena, you know?
Yeah. Oh, okay, because you do it live and stuff. All right. That one, fine. I mean, but, like, the Edge and Christian show is going to premiere after Fast Lane.
Well, because, you know, people will be watching the network. So then they'll just know that it's there. They'll watch it, and then you'll catch it whenever.
I'm old. There's no way I'm going to be able to watch it that night.
But
and then
that's the beauty of the network. You don't have to watch it that night. You don't have to watch it when it comes out. You can watch it whenever you choose.
It makes me feel left out when I can't watch it.
Yeah, because everyone in the world is going to be watching that. And
yes, because, you know, I don't want to be walking down the street and someone's having a wrestling conversation.
Yeah.
And then
because that's ever happened in your life.
That's all the time. I'm walking down the street and people are talking about wrestling and I feel like, oh, you just spoilers.
Maybe, if anything, they're like, oh, did you see John Cena win the world title? They're not sitting there saying, oh, did you watch that new network show? Oh, yeah, it's pretty phenomenal. Nobody ever. That isn't a conversation that has never been had by anybody.
Okay, but you and I have had that conversation walking down the street, so maybe somebody was like, oh, man, why were they talking about the
We've
network?
never had that conversation outside.
Well, in the car...
In the car. So we're gonna
the
drive past.
The windows open, we're at lights, we're very loud.
Yes, and somebody, and
All right,
somebody's,
we're at the
we
McDonald's.
turn the corner, and someone's just, oh man, did you hear that car? They were talking about Edge and Christian.
We're at the McDonald's
man.
drive-through, and we're talking, and the person inside.
Then get a better job. All right, that's all. You don't like hearing about people talk wrestling in your drive-through? Then change your job. Ask for a transfer to a different McDonald's. Anyway,
all right.
Back to I really, really enjoyed the Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar stuff from Raw. Like, really, really enjoyed it. And okay, So
I really like Dean Ambrose.
First off, we'll talk about Dean Ambrose comes out, and as he comes out, right? I looked at the IC title and I said, I wonder if he's going to lose that soon. Little did I know, 5 minutes later, he would be in a 5-way. And now, when she announced this fatal 5-way, I was like, okay, awesome, he's going to lose it. And then it was Kevin Owens, okay. Then it was Tyler Breeze and Stardust. And I was like, maybe he doesn't lose this, because clearly he can pin any of these guys and retain it. And, very pleasantly surprised. Like, I was asleep. Like, I fell asleep at like 7:30 or something. And, like, I woke up when Raw came on, couldn't keep my eyes open. And, like, I was half asleep. And then I woke back up when I heard, like, and the new. And I was like, oh, what? And then, so obviously, I rewound it and everything. But, yeah, it was phenomenal. Good start to Raw, I thought. Got me excited to see the rest of it.
Yeah, I mean, I knew as I was watching it that you were going to be super excited about Owens winning.
Yeah, well, I mean, clearly.
By the way, Tyler Breeze's leg, like what do you call those?
The beauty. Like the tassels.
The tassel. There you go. The tassels on his. I mean, sometimes they're getting absurd. I don't know. I guess it's all he has, Like this, he's like, let's just more tassels, because I feel like it's just gotten more extreme since he got called up to the main roster. I can see Vince being like, I don't know, maybe he's not getting over because he doesn't have enough tassels.
I don't know what they're doing with him.
And Stardust, just quickly so I can comment on Stardust there. So I'm part of like all these wrestling groups on Facebook. Which sometimes you get some good news, and then a lot of times you just get these clickbait articles where it's like, you won't believe what's happening with this guy who I'm not naming. Like for WWE Hall of Famer or something like that.
I like nothing gets me more annoyed than when I read like WWE Hall of Famer convicted of murder, and it's like Lawrence Taylor. What? Come on. So it's not, that's not fair.
This one, I think, takes the cake. It said the headline was current WWE superstar announces retirement, never to return again. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to click on this. Take a guess. I'll give you 3 guesses.
It said WWE superstar retires.
Yeah, never to return again. Vows never to return again.
I literally can't even begin to guess.
All right, Cody Rhodes.
What?
Cody Rhodes, because something like Stardust said that Cody you'll never see the return of Cody Rhodes to WWE television.
Oh my God.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, great.
Is this a kayfabe article? Like, if I was 9 and I was buying one of those, like, Pro Wrestling Illustrated, I would definitely have been hyped to read that. When I
even then, no. Even then, like, you would have known that Stardust was Cody Rhodes.
I would have known. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, like you know what
it
I
wasn't
mean?
that stupid. Yeah, okay.
Like,
It's
oh, he said he's never coming back. Oh, okay.
it
He's
doesn't
already
make.
there. Like,
I hate those
so,
things because I want to find out news.
this is why wrestling fans have a bad name, because it's stupid stuff like that people believe those dumb news stories. There you go. But like, you remember how I told you, like, the guy at my job was believed that Vince lost the money on Powerball and shit. Like, come on. It's certain things, like, wrestling is fixed. Like, it is fake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is predetermined. People, everything is a work. Like, it just, why do you believe such stupid things?
All right. Well.
But yeah, so I mean, the Heyman and Roman Reigns stuff was great. You know, who else could build the pay-per-view better than Heyman?
Yeah, I mean, I thought that was really good. I mean, I really, by the end of the night, I mean, I really like Dean Ambrose now. It's weird because I haven't. He was like, for months, I felt like he was doing the lunatic fringe, but like he was overplaying it. It was over dramatic. It didn't feel real. It didn't feel like he was actually kind of crazy. I mean, like taking 2 F5s and then low blowing Lesnar and then like losing his title, but like looking like legitimately angry, but then more focused for the match.
Lesnar has brought out a good side of him.
Yeah, it's like he needs to actually do crazy stuff and not just be like, "Oh my god, my hair's messy,"
and
like,
not like doing crazy stuff. Like, he's doing badass stuff. Like, he's walking out there like, "Yo, I don't care who you are. Yeah, okay, yeah, you're gonna kick my ass, but I'm gonna get up. Yeah, I'm gonna give you hell too." Like, that's the good stuff. You know, just, I don't care if he's crazy and does like crazy things. I care if he, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, he's I don't know how to explain it. He's just going. He has no control. I don't know how to explain it. So I'm gonna stop trying.
Can you say that last part again? You kind of like.
I was just saying, like, I can't put into words what I'm trying to say, so I'm just gonna stop trying.
Okay, fair. I guess do we go? Do you want to just kind of like go through Fast Lane and address Raw while we're doing that? I mean, because we're like, it's all mishy-mushy.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess let's talk about the tag teams. I did watch that promo that you told me to watch, the Dudley Boys on SmackDown.
Much better than the one on Raw.
Yeah. Did they make an announcement about the tag team title match? Like, is it going to be? I know that New Day is supposed to be interviewed or something.
Yeah, I didn't see that they were actually wrestling. Maybe something will come from that, you know?
Yeah,
because that's going to be on the pre-show, so it makes sense that something would be made from that.
Do you think like maybe TLC match, WrestleMania? Usos.
You gotta let go of
Dudleys.
this Uso idea.
Well, you think they're not going to be involved?
Nah, that does make sense though. A triple threat, TLC or something like that.
Oh man, it'd be so good.
I'd rather just see the Usos and the Dudleys and let New Day do something else, because I don't want to see them.
But it's WrestleMania. You're going to defend the tag team titles, right?
Well, obviously, but let New Day defend them against someone else, not the team that they've been fighting for the past 6 months.
Well, I actually think that's exactly what you need. No? You don't think that New Day drops out at Mania? You think New Day is going to walk through Mania with the titles?
I don't care if they win or lose. Don't win or lose them against the Usos. That's, I don't care what happens with New Day, but I just don't want them fighting the Usos. I've seen it. I've seen it too much. It's not on the same level as like classic amazing matches. So I don't want to see it 100 times.
Okay.
Like there's 15 other tag teams in your company. Give that spot to someone else. The Usos can be on the show. They can do something. They can fight the Dudleys. They can do whatever.
All right. So that'll be interesting. What else do we have going on?
And Owens and Ziggler.
Yeah. I feel like
Who
Owens.
wins?
I don't know. I feel like Owens wins, right? I mean, he just got
he
the
lost
title.
to Ziggler. Like now, this is the third match. You know,
He's got to cheat somehow.
Ziggler doesn't need any. It doesn't matter if Ziggler loses. Like Owens can win, and I mean, he's always great. But like when Ambrose cut the promo with Renee, and then Kevin Owens just kind of slipped in, and he was talking to her, and then when Dolph came, he was like, "Yeah, let's be truthful, huh? That's what you wanted. Let's be truthful. Like, go ahead, tell the truth. Tell him how I beat you." And Kevin Owens just like, "Nah," and walked away. I was just like, that's phenomenal.
That was pretty good.
Because he was just like, "Nah."
The only thing is I feel like if Ziggler wins, it's huge for him.
But nobody cares about Dolph Ziggler. Like
I'm
Dolph
sorry.
Ziggler's on the way down. Kevin Owens is on the way up. You would hurt Kevin Owens to lose. Dolph Ziggler already got the win. Owens just got the title back. Why would you take it off him?
All right, fair. I mean, I feel like at
he
some
needs
point
to go into Mania with that belt. He's good enough where any match he's in would be good. So now if you put the IC title on him, you give that spotlight, you make that match matter, and now it's even a bigger stage for him to have a big match with the IC title instead of just for nothing.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, I feel like we're in agreement there. Owens walks away. We have 2 Divas matches.
Joy.
By the way, hilariously, see, I'm excited about it. Monday night, Stat Wife goes, she's like,
she
what?
must be loving Brie Bella.
She was like 3 Diva segments? Like, it was like, this is a little too much. And I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, it's got to be like that. I feel like they should be doing that.
I mean, like we said this at the time of the 120 women tag matches, but like we need to give them 2 segments, give them 3 segments, give them 2 matches. Let it be like this, because when they're all in 3-man groups, no one gets to shine. Everyone is held back a little bit. So now at least they're all pretty much for themselves, basically, no matter who's by their side. Like everyone is their own entity. But that being said, like I like the Sasha and Becky angle. I like the Charlotte and Brie stuff. So it's not like it's been bad.
No, I'm really enjoying it. Did you feel? Whatever. Smackdown spoilers. Apparently, Becky gets attacked by Team Bad, and then Sasha comes down. I mean, yeah, Sasha. Wait, no. Sasha's getting attacked, and Becky comes down really quickly. Did you think that on Monday? I know it was weird. Was Sasha purposely coming down slowly to the ring?
I just think that's who she is.
I didn't feel like she ran into even the sides. She was like, let me just go around this way. I'm kind of slow.
Yeah, she didn't. It wasn't a priority.
And then now it's Did you see the Good Morning America clip with Brie Bella and?
Nah, I didn't see that.
All right. It's kind of weird because then they ended up talking like the report talked about like concussions in WWE, and it talked about like what's his name, Big Vito, I think, doing a lawsuit against WWE about concussions. And first it was weird because they're actively still I mean, Brian's not wrestling, but I'm assuming he's still getting paid. I just felt like with the way they were talking about the concussions and like how it's like, he just wanted to get back out there, so that's why he hid it from everyone.
But I think that's great, because that gives you the insight to the athlete's mind and what the athlete is doing to hide this from the company or from the team. And that's giving you that point of view, instead of just people saying like, oh, people are too protective. Oh, the team, the NFL, blah, 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 too protective. But you have to be protective with this stuff. You can't take somebody's word for how they're feeling or what's going on, because people aren't going to tell you the truth. If they really want to play and they love what they're doing, they want to get back out there, they're going to tell you anything that's going to get them back out there. And thank God that WWE wasn't like, look at the position that they're in. Look at how easy it would have been for them to say, oh, come on, Daniel. Yeah, we need you. We have nobody. Yeah, let's go. Get back out there. And then God knows what would have happened, And through the whole time, people were like, oh, just let him wrestle. Just let him go. And my whole thing was like, yeah, but if he's really hurt, like, no, I don't want to see him wrestle. I want to see him retire. I want to be able to see him come back and do whatever in 10 years, not in a wheelchair or crippled or God forbid dead. Good, let him retire, and thank God that WWE stuck to their guns and they knew that this was more serious than he let on.
Yeah, it was a really interesting piece, and Bree talked about how she's going to retire really soon.
Yeah, in the summer I heard, which, I mean, I said that as soon as Nikki got hurt.
I don't mean to be rude, but like, if she's getting a title shot now against Charlotte.
But yes.
Right? What happens after this? Like, why does she even wrestle till the summer? What do we need
she
her
doesn't.
for?
Like, maybe she's just doing whatever, Maybe she wins the title. I don't know. See, I mean, this is clearly only because Nikki is hurt and Bryan is retiring. Like, that's the only reason that she is in this match. So, like, why couldn't that be the reason that they just gave her the title?
That would be terrible. All right.
Has she ever been Divas Champion? Once, right? Like, early on?
Yeah, had to be.
I don't know. Like, I could see it happening. I wouldn't necessarily be... I mean, I
I'd be opposed to it.
I wouldn't really want to see it, but I wouldn't mind seeing her win the belt and just be happy and retire.
I don't want it to take away. I mean, I'm enjoying Charlotte's heel, and I think like it's being developed with the title. I think it props her. The title.
Charlotte will be the champion for a while.
Yeah, I mean, the title is a prop, right? I mean, I could see Charlotte losing it. I mean, I still think that for Mania, you're going to have Charlotte, Becky,
yes,
and Sasha, and maybe even Paige.
Nah, yeah, after she lost to Summer Rae.
Well, that was one of those. I don't know. I know she lost to Summer Rae, but the way she lost was different.
Yeah, but she lost to Summer Rae. Like, how is she going to get in the title picture? She just lost to Summer Rae.
Did she wrestle on Thursday? I didn't read that.
I don't know. Yeah, she probably beat Summer Rae.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. Between now and Mania, I think you could make a good case for that.
But those matches get too sloppy. Like, it should just be a one-on-one.
I don't think it's going to happen. Because then what are you going to have? You're going to have Sasha, Becky?
No, I mean, no. What do you mean? It would be Sasha and Charlotte.
Coming out of the tag match, I don't see how you justify one over the other.
You could have a one-on-one or whatever, but it's too little time. Like the triple threat makes sense at this point, but it should be a one-on-one. But I understand why it won't be.
All right.
Because then like someone always has to be on the outside or someone is down. But these three are good, and I trust them to put on a good match.
Let's see. Another match I'm very excited about is the United States Championship.
Oh, that's a match?
Yep. 2 out of 3 falls, bro.
Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, no, that's the pre-show.
That's the pre-show match?
Yes.
Come on. It can't be.
Hold on. I'm going to look it up. But I remember seeing like the pre-show and being like, what the hell? Oh, is that just going to take up the whole pre-show?
Because 2 out of 3, I mean, the one thing I didn't like when they announced it, which I just have to like, not complain about, but was the use of Spanish and then having to translate it. Like he said falls in Spanish, caídas, and he's like dos de tres caídas, and then he's like 2 out of 3 falls. I feel like heel Del Rio usually just makes you know Spanish to know what he said, but like since he said it for that major announcement, he had to translate it. And it reminds me of Ray or Face Del Rio.
Yeah. But, I mean, like I've said before, I don't mind someone getting angry and speaking in the language.
But I don't want them to translate it then.
Yeah, that is a little...
If you're going to say it, just say it in the other language. Don't translate it. It's so annoying. I want to make sure that everybody understands que digo, what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. It's kind of... I'd rather have... You know what I really like? I really enjoy during any press conference that Bloomberg or de Blasio have the sign language people on the side. So that would be so much better if you just like, you know what? Why don't we help our sign language fans? And once like guys are just cutting promos, having a guy like in the corner just signing would be crazy.
Yeah, it says Callisto Del Rio is the Fast Lane kickoff match.
It's the kickoff match?
Yep.
I mean, I'm excited. I'm not going to be hyperbolic and say that it's this match I'm most excited for in the card. But I think
wow. Okay, so that's on the pre-show, right? So that's a good chunk of time. So then you have the triple threat, you have the 6-man tag, you have the peep show, 2 Divas matches, and the IC title. Like that's going to take up 3 hours?
Wow.
All right. I guess everyone's going to get some time. That's fine.
I mean, I think the Divas are actually going to get time.
Speaking of translating, I had this thought of when I have to take foreign language, right?
Yeah.
I was going to consider just taking Japanese so I could watch New Japan and understand it. But, that's the only, like, it would just be so, like, stupid, but I would use it a lot.
I mean, all right, I'm going to tell you something. So, first of all, learning a new alphabet is crazy. But
Yeah.
So you learn Japanese, you get to watch New Japan. But here's the thing, like, and I don't know if it's different.
Sorry.
You know, you can watch a baseball, like I feel like baseball commentary is generally like slow enough that if you didn't speak English, you can listen to it and pick up what's going on. Soccer commentary, although I've spoken Spanish to some degree my entire life, there are times where I don't know what they're saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's too fast. It's too, like, I don't know if that's what the New Japan broadcasts are like. If they're just, I'm not going to say anything because it's just going to sound racist.
Too fast speaking.
Yeah, but maybe.
I feel that way generally with every foreign language. Is just because like my friend is Muslim, so she speaks I don't know, Arabic. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So like she's on the phone sometimes, and it's just like, what the? Like, how do you understand what that person is saying? Like, clearly they're angry and talking extremely fast. I don't understand. Like, not just because it's a different language, but if someone was talking like this, and I still wouldn't understand what they were saying.
Yeah,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you were talking English that fast, I wouldn't be able to get what you were saying.
Yeah, that's
anyway.
But that'd be fun. I mean,
yeah, I don't know. It's a decision I'll have to make down the line, but we'll see.
You'll have to keep the podcast updated.
Yeah.
All right. You have the card up now?
No. Well, it's the 6-man tag.
So what do you think? I mean, okay, I think the Wyatts go over the 6-man tag,
Yes.
right? I mean, they have to.
And perhaps they do something dastardly where somebody, I don't know, rises from the dead, maybe?
Oh,
Just a thought.
I mean, so is that why Bray's not in the match?
That makes sense, but I
I
mean,
mean, Bray's
like,
not. Or, I thought Bray was gonna take out Brock.
I don't know. Like, I see, like, after the past couple of weeks and the Raws that we've been seeing, I don't know. I guess they could play off this whole Titans thing, but they've kept Bray and Brock away from each other a little bit. And maybe that's just so that they can get Fastlane out of the way, but I don't know. I was wondering if maybe they soured on that a little bit or they weren't going that way. Because personally, if he's not going to be in the world title match, I wouldn't mind seeing Dean Ambrose against Brock after the past 3 weeks. Because I think it would be fun after the Fastlane match. You can let whatever happen, and then you can come back to Bray and Ambrose, and maybe then Ambrose gets a crazy win, or
So then what do you do with Taker? He's in a 8-man tag match at Mania.
No. I thought it was Strowman with Taker.
Well, I don't know. I've seen conflicting reports that now people are saying that that's not going to happen. Who knows? I guess we'll know more on
Well,
Sunday.
if that's not going to happen, then what happens with Taker anyway? Like if it's not going to be Strowman, then that's a whole different conversation.
I know. Undertaker comes back, and then Bray Wyatt somehow brings back a heel brainwashed Wyatt John Cena, who through miraculous Wyatt powers has been healed and is ready to wrestle.
I mean,
six him on the Undertaker.
He's been posting some tweets that have me feeling like he's trying to be ready for WrestleMania. Because like he's said some things like today's a big day, like gonna find out something, or like working hard. Like he's clearly in the gym all the time. But I don't know. I wouldn't mind because whatever, that would be cool. But we'll see.
It's almost I'm at a point where I really would be happy to see John Cena come back before WrestleMania.
I enjoy he brings so much joy to my wrestling experience. Whether I'm angry or elated, it's still fun, and that's the point of wrestling. So I miss having somebody to cheer for or against, mostly against. You lost something. And as long as he's like, even if he eventually becomes the world champion again, it'll be the first time in a while.
Yeah. Wow. All right. So, I mean, yeah, the 6-man tag match.
I don't see the Wyatts losing.
No, I just don't. I want to see what's going to come of it. That'll be interesting because
What's the point?
I thought guaranteed, like in my head, it was going to be Bray and Brock. So I figured the way that you make Brock lose this without looking weak is.
You mean Bray?
Is Bray, taking him out?
Mm. Yeah, I mean that can definitely happen, and then Reigns beats Ambrose or vice versa, whichever. We'll talk about that.
Imagine,
but,
I mean,
I don't know. I can definitely see Bray costing Brock, and going that way, which is fine. I'm fine with that.
Can Ambrose win this match?
Well, let's Charlotte Brie, right? Charlotte's going to win. We discussed that.
Okay.
That's the Divas tag, Sasha and Becky, right?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I don't know, but the other team is the best at dominating.
Yeah. Then Callisto Del Rio, did we talk about that? No, because we tried to find out if it was the kickoff.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any reason for Del Rio to get the win back here unless they're just done with Callisto.
I don't think they do. I mean, Sin Cara is back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is the only
and wearing exactly what Callisto wears, which was extremely fucked up on Monday because I had Del Rio hit him with the move, and I wasn't paying attention, obviously. And Del Rio hit him with the move, and they were like, "Oh, he hit Sin Cara," and I was like, "No, that's Callisto." And for like 5 minutes, I was staring at him like, "Wait, what?" But he has the things on. How do I know that that's Sin? I don't understand.
It's I don't understand what they're doing with that. I mean, unless they're trying to unless they want them to go back to being a tag team, then
Could you? Because nobody cares about that anyway. Would you be interested if Sin Cara turns on Callisto, and then we have that match at WrestleMania?
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, right. Like that's kind of my feeling. Like, yeah, I would because there's a reason for it. It's the U.S. title, so who really cares?
It would make me want to buy a mask.
Yeah, and see, then they would get the two mask guys going at it.
They should just. I could totally see they come out for a match or they win a match, just barely, right? And Kalisto's all emphatically doing the lucha thing, and Sin Cara's behind him, and he does it once, he does it twice, and he just gets annoyed, and then just attacks him.
Yep, perfect.
Because I feel like, oh man, just the idea that
he wins on Sunday, and then Sin Cara comes out and he starts doing the lucha, and then Sin Cara just kills him.
Oh, that would be amazing. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with Kalisto.
Yeah, me too.
I think I'm really upset to hear that it's not on the main card, but then I'd complain that
something else wasn't.
Yeah, because the Divas tag team match has to be on the main card.
Yeah, because otherwise people won't care.
Yeah, and I think I feel bad for Del Rio that they're on the pre-show, but
you could put the 6-man, but you're clearly going to do something with that angle, you know?
Yeah.
So you can't. So whatever. Yeah, so now that brings us to the world title match. And like I said, these last couple of weeks have made me extremely interested in this match. They've done a fantastic job with it. If that's the only thing they've done in 3 weeks, whatever. But I've really enjoyed what they've done.
Yeah,
they've seriously muddied the waters. Because now Ambrose isn't the isn't the IC champ, so he can win. Now him and Reigns have all this beef, so that has to go somewhere. It has to go somewhere. Like Ambrose tried to hit him with the dirty deeds, and then on SmackDown, Reigns hits him with the spear. Something has to happen. Something must come from this.
I need in my life a sign that I can do something, and then when someone looks at me, it's like, why'd you do that? I can just point to the sign without saying a word.
Hey,
when Ambrose, he's like, what did you do? Are you really doing that? And then Ambrose just points to the WrestleMania sign. I want something in my house that I could just, you know what it is?
That's anything goes.
I'm going to get a WrestleMania sign so that every time I'm watching one of these and Statwife has a problem with it, I'll just point to WrestleMania.
All right.
It's probably not a good idea.
I condone it.
I'm through 17, by the way.
All right, I'm watching 5 right now.
As of today.
Just a little trivia. Which tag team meets its end at WrestleMania 5?
Oh, hold on. Strike Force.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hold on. Tito accidentally hits Martel with the flying forearm.
Correct.
And after the
Verse,
match.
you remember who they're facing? I'm sure you do.
All right, hold on. It's either the Brainbusters or Demolition.
Yeah, it's Arn and Tully.
Yeah, I thought it was the Brainbusters. No, I was because I remember Okay, so WrestleMania 5 was definitely one of those events that I had watched after I knew the model was already a bad guy.
Yeah.
Right. So, like, watching WrestleMania 3 and 4 and seeing them together,
It
like, I
was weird.
liked the Strike Force, and, like, I was just
Mhm.
like, I don't know, I was small, so I kind of forgot. I was like, I wonder what happens. So then when I saw this, I was like, oh. I was like, man, the model's being a jerk.
It is preposterous that Jesse the Body just calls him Chico the entire time.
Oh. He never stops calling him Chico.
No. But okay. So anyway, back to the main event of Fast Lane.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, I see. It's messed up because coming out of this, I want to see Ambrose versus Brock, and I want to see Ambrose versus Reigns, and I'm not going to get either of them. You know what I mean? Like at WrestleMania, I want to see Dean Ambrose versus Roman Reigns for the world title. That's what I want to see because you've been building that, and you've got me to the point now where they're messing with each other. They're competing, and I'm extremely intrigued.
I mean, can
Dean Ambrose win this match?
he's convinced me. All right, the storyline has convinced me that Dean Ambrose can win it, and they're putting him in a place where it's more believable, where they actually worked well to establish everybody's role in the match and how, because it's a triple threat, Ambrose can walk out. But Ambrose versus Triple H?
What if we get the NXT finish? Not necessarily the double tap out of Brock, because clearly that can't happen.
No.
Like maybe what if a double pin? Or what if they pin each other, the same way Joe and Zayn did? Yes, I know Joe and Zayn just did it, but do it a different way. And some way, or it's a draw. So they both end up facing Triple H, and it's a triple threat. Triple H doesn't have to work all the time. You get that interaction.
I mean, this is when they've been building to for 2 years.
Exactly.
Right? In terms of, well, what I mean is in terms of Reigns taking on Triple H.
Just ever...
This is what they've been building towards.
But from the beginning of time, it's always been, when is Ambrose and Reigns going to face each other? Or, when is that going to blow up? And now they've also been fucking with Ambrose.
I mean, I would be shocked, pleasantly shocked.
Yeah.
If anybody but Reigns wins.
I don't know, man. I hope for something a little more out of the box, or at least give me something more with Ambrose and Reigns.
I mean, you could do something where, like, maybe Triple H makes Ambrose, I don't know, special guest referee at Mania?
Yeah, but, like, I don't know. That's a big spot.
Because, like, what?
A turn.
But what's the last? See, you don't have to have anyone turn, right? You can just have Ambrose believably be irritated that he didn't get the title, and like make them angry at each other. Because what is Reigns has to have a hurdle, right? Something to overcome at Mania.
He has the odds of facing Ambrose and Triple H.
They're not going to do it as a triple threat match, man.
I don't know.
You don't have a blow-off as a triple threat. Like, there has to be...
Whoever wins the title. Yeah, but
there has to be finality with Triple H.
Why? He can't wrestle the next pay-per-view and face the champion?
Because, like, WrestleMania is your season finale.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't necessarily want to see just Reigns and Triple H after what they've been doing with Ambrose. Ambrose is their biggest star. He gets the biggest reaction.
I'm not.
What is he going to do at
Dis-
WrestleMania?
All right, I'm not disagreeing with you because I personally disagree with you. Like that's what I want.
I know.
Also,
But I'm just saying, like, look at the logistics. What is he going to do if he doesn't? If he isn't? How? Okay, he is entrenched in this storyline. He can't be a special referee. That's terrible. What else does he do at WrestleMania?
I could do like a last man standing match with Brock.
Not if Brock faces Bray. Yeah, like so. Let's say Bray faces Brock. Taker faces Strowman. Is he going to fight Owens for the IC title? No. Like what is he? He's done with that. Like he's moved on. It's over.
Okay.
You know, like I think now he's in the main event. Like that's it. What is he going to do?
What if they do like a ladder match for the IC title and
Money in the Bank? They did that last year. I don't know. I don't know what he does, and I just feel like he is as big a part of the storyline now as any of them because him and Reigns have a history. Now him and Triple H have a history. They were in the Rumble together. It just makes sense to me that Dean Ambrose is involved in this match. They've given him a chance in the past month or two, and I don't think he's let them down once. You know, he's just continued to be more impressive. And I think it would be a bad idea to ignore that. Like I said, he gets your biggest reaction. So if you want the crowd to go crazy at the end of WrestleMania, why wouldn't it be for Dean Ambrose winning the world title?
I mean,
and then you have Reigns chase his best friend.
I kind of just, it would be interesting. Look, I think what I'm excited about is I can't say anything definitively, and I just need to watch Fast Lane.
Exactly.
That's the best thing I can say. I'm excited. I'm excited to watch a pay-per-view that most normally it's predictable and I don't care about. And
sometimes this pay-per-view before is interesting. Like when they used to have the Chamber, you know, and you would never know what was gonna come out of it. Any possibilities?
Or Valentine's Day Massacre.
Yes, as we saw on the podcast.
Oh, it's just so amazing to hear that Vince told Big Show to legitimately like toss him like a rag doll.
and then it was hilarious when like Big Show said like Stone Cold was legitimately just punching him. And then he punched him back, and Stone Cold was like, "Oh, all right, damn, good to see you fired up." Like, "Oh, yeah, thanks, because you know I'm going to kill you."
That was so good. All right, so that's Fastlane. So wait, let's make our pick officially.
I'm going to say that one way or another, Dean Ambrose is a winner, or some way is a winner of this match.
All right. I'm going to go very boring because I have a bad feeling that that's going to be this way. I think that Reigns just wins.
I don't necessarily disagree, but we shall see.
All right. So then we have...
we can just briefly touch on everything else. So you watched Impact this week.
Yeah.
And what were your overall thoughts?
I really like that guy, The Miracle.
Yes, Mike Bennett.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never seen this guy before, but for some reason, out of everyone's work on the show, I thought that that was really my favorite.
He certainly has like a big league feel to him.
I'm not even really.
He has a main event quality. He does. He seriously has a main event quality. It's weird to watch because he does kind of stand out. No matter what he's doing, he has a good presence about him.
Yeah, no, I mean I
See,
I'm glad they brought him in the correct way.
I mean, I really enjoyed the entire show, and I was watching it, and I was like, "Oh, this is a good episode for you to start watching," because I thought the the EY Bram and Beer Money stuff was good.
Yeah, no, that was
Um,
actually enjoyable.
the Hardy EC3 stuff was good. What else? I thought the Miracle stuff. I really thought everything on the show was solid.
Yeah, I mean, I think having Hardy as a heel is way better than anything else because, like, I legitimately don't like Hardy.
Yes, clearly, and he's been good in that. Just regardless of like or dislike, he's just been good.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, he's effective, but I think he's a jerk. I feel
Yeah,
like he's got a jerk face. So,
yeah.
like, when you make him when you have him as a face, I just don't buy it as much. So it was
I
actually I
completely
might
agree.
watch it again. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah, because you didn't really watch it.
What is the King of the? What do you mean?
No, the King of the Mountain is just their title, I guess, like
What do you mean?
like the U.S. title, I guess,
It's a U.S. Okay, all right.
because
It's the
like
only.
it was like it was the Legends Championship, like when Booker T was there, and he had it,
Okay.
and then like it went away, came back as whatever, then it went away again, then it came back now, and it was like Jeff Jarrett when they were doing the whole like GFW invasion kind of thing. They had the King of the Mountain match, and he won it, and then Bobby Roode won it from him, and then I think EY took it from him. So now it's kind of just a title, which it's fun because whatever. They
I just don't.
never they don't have a secondary title though. Like they have the X division, but that's not for everyone. So they kind of need that second title.
I don't know. I have a little bit of a problem buying Rockstar Spud. Maybe it's just I don't watch it enough.
He's a comedy. He's like Santino.
But that's why it's weird that he's like kind of like
Well, he was EC3's like servant,
okay.
and then when EC3 like really became a dick, like he kicked Spud to the curb and he got Tyrus, and then now Spud came back and they're in the UK, so that's kind of why he got this role.
Huh. All right. Well, I mean, we'll see. I'll try to watch it again next week.
I mean, next week is Lockdown, so you really should watch it.
That's what their pay-per-view or something.
Yeah, it's basically their pay-per-view where all the matches are in the cage.
Oh, every single
So,
one.
yeah, I mean, come on. Did you watch the whole TNA? You didn't enjoy Dark the Great?
That was weird.
Come on, that was phenomenal. Grado.
I didn't watch the entire.
Yeah, of
Like,
course not.
I fast forwarded through some stuff. Like, I don't really like Jesse Goddard, so
But Eli
Goddard.
Drake is good.
Yeah, no, he
Like,
is.
you have to watch it too. It's like you can't start watching something and fast forward through half the people you don't know. Like you have to watch it because you have to learn who you like, who you dislike. That's the only way you can actually get into it.
All right. I mean, I suppose you're right there.
Like you have to watch everything to enjoy it because otherwise you're not gonna give a shit about half the people because you don't know any of them.
Hey, listen, it was the first time I've watched TNA. Like,
Yes. All right. So watch next week. Watch Lockdown. Every match is in the cage. It's Dark the Great against Eli Drake, EC3 Matt Hardy. The women have a 6-man like lethal lockdown. EY Bram against Beer Money. It'll be a good show.
all right. Did
Um,
you?
I watched Lucha Underground. Phenomenal again. They had Pentagon against Ricochet, and just, phenomenal. Good stuff.
El Rey, please come to Optimum.
Yeah. You can watch it on El Fubo TV when it's on.
What is
online.
it?
El Fubo. ELFUBO. FUBO.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you have to sign up or anything.
No, I'm gonna have to look it up and then just like.
Yeah, all I saw was that you can watch it there while it's on TV.
And that's Wednesday nights at 8:00.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not, so check it out.
I gotta find that. Ring of Honor has been confusing. It seems that somehow last week I was able to watch the episode that they're airing this week. So, the 14th anniversary show is next weekend. So I'm assuming that next week's episode, the one that airs, will have some build more. I mean, the end of this episode was Seidel and ACH beating the Wolves, and that's before. I mean, that obviously happened before. What's it called? The New Japan show.
Yeah.
Where the Wolves dropped to Seidel and not ACH, somebody else. Oh, Ricochet, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Right, and then so I don't know what's happening. It's very confusing sometimes week to week to know. Like, I don't understand how I was able to watch what's airing this week last week.
Yeah, they just uploaded the wrong one, probably.
So it's kind of, I feel like I'm a little bit disconnected, and I want to make sure that I want to watch next week's episode and see what happens, and hopefully, I don't know, hopefully it builds to the anniversary show, which I'm actually excited about.
Yeah, and I mean, I want to talk about one other thing, but with NXT, whatever, the main event, Joe and Zayn was good again, and they had a nice false finish. So where they both their shoulders were down, or they both pinned each other, and so I really liked that. The last time they fought, it was a draw. Now they fight again, it's a draw. It just, I like that build. It's making you want to see it. Yeah. So
makes me feel bad for Sammy. Sammy clearly had to move on first before the tap out on Corbin. Sammy clearly was the person who fell on top of Joe and had the pin. I mean,
but Baron Corbin didn't tap out until Samoa Joe put the lock on.
Of course,
and Samoa Joe rolled him up. He had the leg over his arm and his arm over his arm.
You just have to
be a clear roll up.
Sami Zayn.
But I'm just stating facts, though.
He's being screwed. He's being screwed.
But yeah, so I really want to talk about and then, we'll end it on this. I wanted to talk about the Cruiserweight League, or, the Global Cruiserweight League that they're going to have on the network. Now, I don't know if you read into it after, but on PW Insider, he had an interview with Triple H and, talking about this whole thing. And it really, to me, seems like he's getting the best cruiserweights in the world, and it's going to bring spotlight to them, and he said, and their companies that they work for. So that leads me to believe that certain companies and certain guys will get that spotlight. Like, hopefully a Ricochet, hopefully, maybe a Trent Beretta or people like that. I don't know the extent, because I don't think they're going to get like Kyle O'Reilly, someone like that. I don't think ROH guys will necessarily be involved, but Evolve and Dragon Gate, New Japan, so it'll definitely be a pretty interesting venture.
I'd love to see some local guys, like real local, like the shows we've gone to. One of the guys show up at, that would just be crazy. Is it going to be? Obviously, it can't be one day. What do they?
No, it's the first episode is July 13th. I don't know. It's gonna. It's over the summer, so I don't know if it's gonna last. For 4 weeks or something.
Oh man, that's gonna be crazy.
But yeah, I mean,
so much wrestling.
It really seems like it's It's going to be a groundbreaking thing. Like, and it just makes sense. Like, who cares about Evolve and Dragon Gate and those type of, like, they're never going to be on your level. So you might as well take the talented guys that they have, give them some spotlight. Okay, yeah, that makes them a little bit of money. That gives these guys some more star power. And now when you bring them in 2-3 years, now people know who they are. Now they've seen them before. Now they went to watch an Evolve show. It just makes, it's such smart business, man.
It's a cheap
Triple H
scouting
is
too.
Exactly. It's like free scouting, free publicity for everyone else.
Because you think those guys
it's a win-win.
Are they getting paid? You think?
They'll probably get paid something. Even if it's like $1,500 for 4 shows or whatever.
Or travel.
Yeah.
This is to be pretty epic, man.
Yeah, like if it's done how it seems to be going, like it's gonna be insane. Like to see those guys like Ricochet, Zack Sabre Jr., all those type of guys that are just monstrous wrestlers or like crazy athletes, And I said this, like WWE met with Lucha Underground. I remember a couple weeks ago, and I'm not sure if I ever read like what the exact purpose was. I remember reading like why was unknown. So it makes sense to me that they went there saying like, hey, listen, we're gonna have this thing on the network. It'll be free publicity for you. Please let us have Prince Puma, Ricochet, because they've been trying to sign him for a while. So like, please just let us have him on the show. It'll bring publicity. Let us have this guy. It just makes so much sense, man.
Triple H is a genius.
He seriously is. And like one thing he said, he was like, "Oh yeah, I was talking to my wife," and I was just dying. Like, wow, yeah, talking to your wife. And he is saying how he was always just a fan, and now he's being able to do what he would be entertained by, and I think that's the biggest thing.
It's genius.
It's really cool to see because, especially now, whatever his track record was prior, once he started NXT, that was it. Now that's what he's like remembered for right now. That's all anyone cares about. Look what the hell he's doing with NXT. How amazing. So his track record is there now. I trust what he's going to do next. And I trust, like, he brought in Samoa Joe and Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens and Finn Balor and Neville and all these guys. And some of them haven't changed their name. Some of them did, whatever. But, like, even Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa, like, just he knows what he's doing, The guys that he's signed are good workers, love wrestling. Like, he knows what he's doing, man. So anything that he does next, I'll be super hyped about.
Me too. Something to look forward to.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. Well, I think that's it for the week, right?
Yeah, man.
Any other news? All right. So
no trivia, right?
What?
No trivia.
Actually, I have one for you. All right, at WrestleMania 10, and I read into this a little bit. At WrestleMania 10, there was supposed to be a match that was canceled.
Yeah.
And it was canceled because apparently the refs were like telling Shawn and Razor to like wrap it up, and they were like, "Yeah, okay," and they just kept going. So it was supposed to be a 10-man match, right? And it was, I'll give you the heels, you give me the faces.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeesh.
It's all right, and I'm gonna pull it up just so I can. You have IRS. The Head Drinkers, Jeff Jarrett, and Rick Martel.
1, 2, 3 Kid?
Yes.
Marty Jannetty?
No.
What's his, Barry Horowitz?
No. Okay, think the tag team. What tag team do you think it is? Get that out of the way.
With the head shrinkers.
Remember the tag team
Steiner
titles?
Brothers?
No.
The head shrinkers.
This is doable. This tag team. For this time period, this tag team makes sense.
See, I'm not good with years. That was what, like 96, 95?
94, I believe.
90, yeah, because that's the Left Express and all
94,
that.
95, yeah. You give up?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so it's 1, 2, 3 Kid, Bob Sparkplug Holly,
I was gonna say him, son of a beach.
Tatanka,
Ugh,
and the Smoking Guns.
the Smoking Guns. See, I would have never.
Yep.
In WrestleMania 10, really. I would have
All
never
right.
got the Smoking Guns.
Yeah, I mean, sorry about that.
No, good question.
All right, well, on that note, I just want to remind you guys that you guys have been listening to us through Last Word on Sports.com radio channel on iTunes. You can also find us on the W2M network, Wrestling to the Max. You can follow them, their Facebook group. You can email us directly at runningwildpodcast@gmail.com. You can leave us tweets over at runningwildlws. And until next week, just remember that you guys have been listening to the podcast that is just too sweet.